Hi everybody, it's Martyn at Flicking Feathers and I'm back after the break and tying a pike fly for you for this video. It's a Ballydoolagh Bomber. It was invented by, I think, Alan Hanna, his name is, an Irish fly tyer. As always, I'll stick a materials list in the description along with a link to the Amazon links for anybody that would like to bookmark them and use them for your Amazon shopping. Amazon will pay me a wee percentage which will help support the channel, or if you want to support more directly, you can sign up for the Patreon and you'll get access to some members only tutorials and be eligible for future giveaways. So I've got an Aberdeen style hook in my vise. This is a partridge predator, but you can use any really. The original was tied in a mustard sea fishing hook. I'm taking my thread right back to the bend. Just crisscross there, make a wee bed. And got a bit of super glue on there just to secure everything. So the tail section, we're going to look for some nice long bucktail. I'm just going to clean out some of the shortest stuff and then I'll stack my butts. To get a nice tidy tie in, sort of maximise the amount of hair I've got. Some loose wraps just to gather it, and then tighten as you go. Any stray fibres, just pull them out, and it never made the stack. And you can see that's got to give me a fly like a palm size. If you want, if you want longer, you'll probably need to use a different hair. You could change to goat, because that's, this is pretty long bucktail I've got. It's quite a good one that I've got, this yellow one. But goat or synthetics is fine. It's entirely up to you. But I got a bit of flash. This is just some old pearly dyed orange stuff I've got lying about. It's a bit sort of curly, just from being old and stored. Didn't really have much use for it until this, so. But it's fine, you run the comb through it and it turns out okay. So now that that's covered up, as always with the pike flies, you brush of super glue. That will soak into the thread, and I'll get my orange. Now the orange stuff I've got, it's not quite as good as the yellow, it's not just as long, but it will do fine. I want it shorter anyway. Similar thing, just sort of roughly stack the butts, and I'm going to let this be, it's coming back, it's slightly shorter. The yellow's maybe, there's maybe a quarter of the length of the yellow left. We'll offer this in. Nice and tight. Just going to tie down over all these butts. I'm not too worried if there's a few sort of sticking up, because they'll all be hidden and they don't make any difference anyway. Now I've got my head here, which I've just cut this from a block of plastazote foam. It's about 10mm wide, 15 high, and then 20 along the bottom. I've cut it and rounded off the corners. Just flick it with a lighter once I've done that, just to seal everything. I actually use a sanding block to round the corners, and then the lighter just seals and takes away any of the raggy edges. Bit more flash. Oh, sorry, I meant to say I was actually sizing that there. If you look, that takes me roughly to my tie-in, so I don't want to come any further forward. I'm going to actually use the thread there and just push back slightly. I don't mind this being thick, but I don't want to overfill the whole fly. I'm going to turn it over. Get some super glue on all these wraps. Again, you're just building durability into the fly. I'm going to take a shorter bunch of yellow, so from up near the top here of the tail. It's a lovely tail. Just take away any excess glue, make sure everything's dry. And I'm just going to come in and split let the hook split the hair and sweep it down. That gives me a nice belly section. And I'll hold this up and I'll cut it so that it tapers. And I'm going to make sure that I take my thread right back and that I've got bucktail all around here. You don't want any bare patches. Just using the thread, tight wraps, just to force everything back. This will flare the bucktail a wee bit, but that's fine. Quite nice. Just check the head again. That looks okay. I'm going to put another wee bit of orange bucktail in, and then top off the back. You really don't need a huge amount of hair. I just want to create a wee bit of separation between the red that I'm putting on the back and the orange flash. Just catch that in, make sure your tying point's at the same place. And again, that's already tapered for me just because of the angle of the tie-in, so I can just go down and touch and turns, nice and tight. Tidy everything up. That's nice. Then for the back, I'm just going to stick a bit of, I've got this, this is ghost hair. It's a sort of translucent flash from Sibai. Really nice. Just taper that. Tie it in sort of 60-40 split. Across the back, that will just give you that sort of slightly darker back, which is quite a nice effect. I've coloured the head to match as well. Again, just keep forcing everything back with your thread. So you've got a nice wide profile. That will slim down once you've fished it a few times. The bucktail will start to take the shape of the sort of taper. I'm always checking because it's very easy to rush the head in these, especially with this hook's actually a bit shorter than the mustad, but I've run out of them. So the original Ballydoolagh Bomber was tied like this with a couple of cock hackles, just red cock hackles at the collar, which is good, plenty of movement in it, but I'm going to use a dubbing brush because it's a bit tougher, a bit more durable, and you only need a couple of turns. So this is just an H2O streamer brush in red. There's 1, 2, 3 turns is plenty. Come across, tie that off. I'll take the side cutters and I'll just get some new cutters. This is I've just got to be tied in along the shank a bit. Again, it's just to give the glue something to bond to, and then just to make sure that there's plenty of grip, I'm going to take a bit of scrap of foam along here. Yeah. Then we'll try a dry run. Maybe to widen this a bit. It's a good idea to make sure the hole's a bit big, otherwise you can tear the foam as you push it over the eye. So that's perfect. Fits on nice, the eye's nice and clear. It's right hard up against the it's hard up against the brush. Fits just good. So quick finish, and then we'll come in with some gel type super glue. Get a good amount on here. And then get that on and just twist it. Don't stop, because if you stop you're stuck. And then once you're right back there, make sure you, there we go. Now and that's it. You can just take this and fish it as it is, but what I like to do to improve the durability a bit, you can see these are kind of glossy. I use Liquid Fusion, which is a great glue. I really like it. It's excellent for coating foam. I used to use Loon Soft Head, but I found that the heads, if they touched each other in the box, would stick to each other, and your head was ruined. Right, they would stick and everything would peel off, whereas this doesn't. That would be good if it would come out. There we go. So I just give it a liberal coating. And this is why, especially like if you round the edges with a lighter, when you put it in the wheel, you get a lovely finish, because there's no hard edges for the, not to disrupt the flow of the wet glue. Got a new bottle. And the beauty of the liquid fusion as well is it's self-leveling. Like even if you don't get a perfect coating, it'll sort itself out on the drying wheel for you. I mean, you do need a drying wheel, because it takes too long to turn this by hand. But I think it is worth taking this step, because it will last a good bit longer. It protects the colour of the markers on the head. Yeah, it's got to be a bit ugly, but I like to take a bead right across the back here, and it sometimes can run into the hackle or the dubbing brush, but that's just the price you pay. I mean, it doesn't really affect the performance of it. It'll only stick to the bottom section, and near the foam, so the ends will still move. And of course, it just sticks everything, makes it tougher. Just got to take it out of the vise, and then I like to make sure that I've got plenty of liquid fusion in around the eye, obviously not in the eye. But filling in the whole of the popper head. And then that's it, it's ready to go on the drying wheel for a couple of hours, and then it'll be ready to fish. Right, so I hope that was useful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you got on. If you tie any of these, tie them in different colours. You can go for something more natural if you like. Up to you. So, thanks very much for watching, guys. Tight lines. Bye.